Hi everyone on YouTube, this is Eric the Cyborg on TV Brendan coming with you with a updated profile for a very long time. It is going to be my update for Tellerknights. Why did I decide to bring this back? I have no idea why. Anyway, let's get into it. So obviously with the whole monster lineup, run Triple Deneb. He's your main searcher for all your Tellerknight monsters. 3 Altair. He gets a Tellerknight monster from your graveyard to your field, but you're locked into. You're not locked in anything, but only Tellerknight monsters can basically attack that turn. Triple of Ook. I'm not gonna say his full name because it's absolutely bonkers as hell. He is your Foolish Burial to send a Tellerknight monster from your deck to the grave. Triple Vega summons a Tellerknight monster from your hand, and then 1 of Sirius. He's basically Pot of Avarice, or you could just run Pot of Avarice, which I probably should have done. Anyway, hand traps obviously 3 Triple Ash, and then running 2 Bells for graveyard matchups. So for the monsters, onto the spells. Feather Duster for back row. Terraforming, you'll see why. And then 1 Rhoda because they're all warriors. Also, this deck is the reason why this card is at 1. And then 1 Call by the Grave. Now, for the reason I'm running Terraforming. I hate myself for playing this card, but it's entirely necessary for this deck. Well, Mystic Mine, obviously. So, you're wondering, why the hell am I playing this in this deck? That's because of Mr. Chavert here. So the whole basic thing is that you play mine. If they don't happen to just negate it right away, it stays on board. That's completely fine. From that point on, you do your whole obviously Tellerknight plays. If you get three out, summon Travere. If you don't get 3 out, you just get 2. Summon Dark Tellerknight. You summon the Dark. You use its effect. Summon the Travere. Bounce everything back to the hand, including your Mystic Mine. Yeah. So it's pretty much just a nice little way to stun out your opponent, to just get rid of everything that was already on the field back to the opponent's hand, and then hopefully they don't rebuild it next turn because they already used all the resources to make it. As for the spells, onto the traps. It's a very hefty trap lineup. I'm still doing changes here and there in the deck, so everything is not set in stone right now. I'm still missing a few good cards here and there, but obviously this is what I have for right now. Triple Lost Wind. It's a Veiler. It gets a monster effect that was summoned from the extra deck, and its stats are cut in half. And then you can send it back to your side of the field if your opponent summons a monster from the extra deck. 3 Oasis of Dragon Souls. I think this is much better than running Call of the Haunted because you can summon it in defense position. Because with Call of the Haunted, it must be an attack. So it's a nice little barrier to run to get a free monster to block an attack. Triple Impermanences. Don't need to go much over him. Just negate monsters. Triple Crackdown. Take your opponent's monster, and then you just bounce it back with the Travere to reset it back down, and you just do everything all over again. And then the main counter trap is the Stellar Nova Alpha. It's the main counter trap of the deck. You tribute a Tellerknight monster on your field, negate whatever you're negating, and then you draw a card after that. So it pretty much just gives you a free draw, and it helps get your monsters in your graveyard to do everything else again. As the main deck, onto the extra deck. Again, it's not 100% complete, but this is basically just what I have for right now. Triple Trevere, obviously that's the main one you want to run. On summon, he bounces everything. He bounces everything else on field back to the hand, and then you can detach a material from him to take a card out of your opponent's hand. I believe he has an effect when he leaves the field too. It's been that long, people. If this card with the seized material is sent to the graveyard, you can target. That's a very small number. I think it says 1 or 2 Tellerknights monsters. Target 1 Tellerknights monster in your graveyard and summon it. So it pretty much just it replaces itself to get more plays going with that. And then for the other Tellerknights, double Adulteros, your main pauper, detach pauper card. I think it was the same graveyard effect, right? Yeah, and then same graveyard effect. If he's sent to the graveyard, you summon a Tellerknight from your grave. Dark Tellerknight. This pretty much just helps you gets into your Trevere and your Deltros a lot faster. If you happen to not have the 3 needed for their main summon, that's really all you use her for. And then for generic rank 4s, obviously the one Abyss Dweller, Baguska, Tornado Dragon. You also could run Dagusto Emerald to shovel stuff back to your deck, or Timekeeper Doer to take your opponent's top card. Again, personal preferences for everyone else for rank 4s. 1 Castellar Diamond for rank 5. You only summon him during your main phase 2, which is kind of a little bummer because he's a freaking 27 attacker, so it's like cool. And he also negates the effects of dark monsters on the field or a graveyard. So there's not really that much relevant dark decks going on right now, but a very long while back, this card was like really dominant against Orcus and Lunalights back then. So, and then obviously you're running a bunch of XCs, you gotta run Zeus. No explanation needed for Zeus. Anyway, that is my current update for Tellerknights. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what cards you guys would refer me to put in this deck. I will happily listen, and will hopefully be able to afford whatever card you tell me to put in there. Make sure you all stay safe out there, and don't be an idiot.